No matter who you are, good sleep is a game changer. I've helped improve the sleep of everyone from pro athletes at the top of their game to everyday folks that just want to feel healthy and more energized. Now, I'm on a quest to find the most unusual sleepers on the planet and spend a night in their bed to learn their unique sleep stories. This is Sleeping Around. Sasha DiGiulian is a world champion rock climber, traveling the world and setting records. She's an incredible athlete, pushing her body to reach new peaks. I wanted to learn more about how Sasha uses sleep as a tool to be at her very best.
And we're doing it on that rock face, sleeping tonight on a Portaledge, which scares the shit out of me. Let's do this. Sasha!
Hey,
oh my God,
how's
your directions were perfect. I'm great. How are you?
Nice to see you.
Oh my God, it's been great to see you.
Thanks so much for making it out.
Thank you for having me. I am so excited to find out more about what you do and how you sleep in these situations, and this is going to be a lot of fun.
Oh man, it's going to be so informative for me to learn more about, I'm a sleep fanatic already. I care about my sleep. I'll track it.
Yeah.
But I don't know what I'm tracking, so.
That's a very, very common thing where individuals, they get information about their sleep but don't really know what to do with it, so that's fine.
Yeah, totally. It's kind of like our technology has surpassed the realm of knowledge that we actually have
It
about
is definitely,
sleep.
it's outpacing it.
Focus on outdoor first ascents around the world is kind of I guess the most condensed version of what I do.
So you're trying to climb something for the first time around the world.
Yeah.
As a professional climber aiming to be the first to reach the summit of a new ascent route, Sasha is reaching literal new heights. Since there is no autopilot, sleep is critical for her focus, endurance, and strength.
Oh, wow. Is this what we're climbing?
I don't like to hear you say that. This is it? Okay. How did you sleep last night?
I got 7 hours roughly. Then, was a little excited about our climb today, so probably didn't have as much of a deep sleep.
Well, it's interesting you mentioned when you feel excited about something or anxious or whatever that emotion is, that can diminish deep sleep. I mean, I know you're somebody who tracks your sleep. So, some people can be so anxious about something that deep sleep is so diminished that they don't feel like they've slept, even though the person in the Portaledge next to you or your partner might say, no, you slept.
So my first big wall experience, we ended up getting benighted by the top. And when you get benighted, it basically means you run out of sunlight. It's too dangerous often to rappel through the night, and we were in the Dolomites. And then at one point, I woke up, and it was 5 a.m., and I woke up to the rays of light from the morning, but I was huddled on the precipice of a cliff, and so confused as to when I fell asleep. From experiences like that to the last extreme, I would love to learn from you about ways to control your anxiety at night and help that not impact a really good night of sleep.
I think that the secret to sleep and maybe the secret to doing what you do are similar, and it's really about the management of fear. One of the things that we talk about a lot with athletes and patients and clients is the inability to sleep doesn't exist. So the phrase can't sleep, if it got removed from the common vernacular, would make me really happy, because it does give a sense of, I'm going to do something in my life, and if I don't make the right decisions and I don't sleep, I might not be in the best position to do what I do. So everybody's going to sleep. Now, whether you sleep well or poorly is a different thing. So I think step number one for somebody like you is understanding that you will sleep. It's impossible not to. The second thing I think is really important for somebody like you is to understand that there is tremendous value in rest. And rest is always under your control. I want to shut this down, what we're doing right now, I'm going to create a situation. I'm going to take 20 minutes and I'm just going to close my eyes because I'm feeling a little burnt from some travel that you've done or something like that. If I don't become unconscious, it's not helping me, then we really create this sort of performance anxiety of, if I don't fall asleep right now on this portaledge, I'm not going to be able to do what I do.
I agree 1,000%. When you're afraid in climbing, it's often because you don't have the knowledge bank of the gear and like how to trust the gear that you're on. And a lot of that uncertainty leads to the fear that you feel of whether the rope is going to hold you if you fall. I found that the more I learned about the equipment that I'm using, kind of like what you're saying with sleep, the more I trusted it.
When those things start to happen, you can start to crowd out the more mission critical thing. And I think we see that in sleep too, that if you're going to bed relatively clear and mission focused about sleep, you have confidence in it, you understand how it works, you've learned to minimize or control the fear, that's when we sleep our best.
It was time to manage my own fear and start our climb to the Portaledge. This kind of climb requires a partner. We're using harnesses to keep us safe, and the belayer on the ground is there to keep the lead climber secure in case they fall. Sasha is trusting me as her partner on the ground to feed the right amount of rope through, giving her the freedom to move along the climb, balanced with enough tension for the harness to support any slip. You know that saying, someone's life is in your hands? Yeah.
The main thing is like keeping a hand on the brake, and then we're set. Alrighty. See you out there.
Absolutely. Nice job. Right, I'm on belay. All right, climbing.
Climb on!
So much of the struggle people have with sleep is mental, feeling anxiety on nights when it doesn't come easy. But just like a mountain climb, sleep is about having a plan, facing the challenges, breaking them down into small milestones, and celebrating the achievements along the way. Like building any skill, the key is creating the right habits little by little, whether you're a world-class athlete
Nice work, Chris!
or just trying to make your nights more restful.
Oh my gosh.
Nice work.
That's incredible, Sasha. Oh my God.
You crushed it.
Really excited to get our gear up here.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
So the hauling up does not require me going back down.
Nope, we're up here for the night.
This is great. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. We are way up.
Yeah, we're way up here. When you're on the Portaledge, I feel like everything else kind of fades away.
Yeah.
And you're just so one with the elements, which is really nice. It's like the ultimate checkout from reality in some ways.
Being on the Portaledge was unlike anything I've experienced before. I've done my share of climbing, but even with the safety harness keeping us secure to the cliff and the bed, the sensation of being suspended in the air was so unique. I tried to settle in and calm my mind, looking up at the stars as I got ready to sleep. It was cold and a little precarious, but it was utterly beautiful.
It got cold last night, and I'm a little congested at one point. Did I snore? You can be honest.
Yeah,
Ugh.
you snored.
How'd you sleep?
I didn't sleep that well.
Why do you think?
I was really cold. Yeah, I didn't really feel like I had a good pillow. I slept like this and my shoulder fell asleep. I was like,
Oh.
I've never slept on one of these,
Yeah.
and it feels really hard.
That was the other thing I was thinking too. Like, whatever you put underneath your arm or your hand would just get smashed. Yeah, it was harder than I expected.
I don't feel rested when I wake up on a Portaledge often. And the last thing, even today, like, I really would want to do is, like, try my hardest on some sharp rock and, like, be tested mentally, because my mind feels tired. Like, I was tossing and turning all night. Do you think that counts as sleep?
It does. So it's definitely sleep. So, but it's that spectrum of amazing sleep or junk sleep or problematic sleep or restless sleep or, so.
Do you take a nap?
You could,
like,
absolutely.
How do I restore so that then I can do my training today?
I think the nap is absolutely something that would be on the table. And I think that what we did was the right thing, which is let's get up early, let's get some breakfast, we'll put this down, hike out of here. And then, so you've kind of established and maintained that morning ritual. But now, because of an unusual circumstance and a neurologist sleeping next to you snoring, you could say, well, I'm going to take a 30-minute nap or, rest and try to get a little bit back from what I've lost. I mean, I think that's absolutely something that you should do.
I feel like I lie in bed awake for the first 15 minutes. Like,
worried about, like, I only got 20 minutes to do it. So how do you get a cup of Joe around here, Sasha? You like coffee, right? You said you dig it. I even brought a mug, and it says, sleep outside. So I am prepared for...
Oh, wow. What a great mug for Dr. Sleep. You gave a great anecdote about how having the best night of sleep before game day is having your best nights of sleep consistently and leading up.
And really banking that sleep. And I think all people can, kind of think about that we all have big presentations, big moments with our family, big things in our lives that we're leading up to, because that does give us a sense of confidence that, my daughter's wedding's tomorrow. And that's really exciting, and I'm worried I'm not going to get enough sleep, and I want to be my best and look my best. But we can't discount what we've done leading up to that. It's kind of the same thing as all the prep you do to get yourself to sleep here. And I think it's great that you're this kind of constant learner. I can feel that you're always looking for ways to kind of tweak it. So you bring the pillow, you dress a little more warmly, you try out the lavender spray, and then some of those things will work, some of them won't. And then it's just a quest for what's the other little tweak that I can make in terms of sleeping better on the Portaledge. Is it okay we can take a moment before we pack up and look at this view that I will safely say I will never see again in my life?
I think that you should change that attitude too. This is the start of Portaledge nights in your life. Cheers.
Cheers to you, Sasha. Thank you so much.
Cheers to you. Thank you.
You are the best.
This is fun.
That was amazing, Sasha. I can't believe we were just up there. That was one of the most spectacular nights of my life, and I cannot thank you enough.
I'm so glad you crushed it.
I hope that I was able to give you some information, too, about your sleep, and I'm really excited to see what little changes you make in terms of the way you approach sleeping in these extreme environments, and I'm really curious to hear how your nap goes today.
Yeah, no, it was really cool to have a neurologist up there telling me ways to improve in my performance-based sleep. So thank you.
I appreciate your
openness.
openness.
Yeah, it was so fun.
Thank you.
My time on the mountain and pushing beyond my comfort zone was a powerful experience. When we're anticipating a big moment, a presentation, a job interview, or a big game, we have to stick with our rituals and habits. In my work with professional athletes, I encourage the same thing. Sleep's like a muscle you can build. If you work at it, train your mind and body, then anyone can become a better sleeper and create the routines that help minimize performance anxiety. The key is just breathe and trust that sleep will come. Until next time, get some sleep.